Hey everyone, it's Army Gaming. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to Monster Legends. Welcome to an exclusive first look at the brand new Earth corrupted monster, Frozynaut. This is the exclusive Golden Pass monster, so hopefully this video helps you figure out whether or not you actually want this monster. Huge shout out to Sherlock Rockantium for giving me the chance to do this exclusive first look. They provided the monster, the cells I need to take this monster to rank 5, and any food I need was also provided. Any gems I use will be reimbursed. The ultimate looks pretty darn awesome. If this monster doesn't have a staff relic, I'm gonna rage. Alright, Frozynaut. This alien witch has woken up after many years frozen in the North Pole of Petra. She had come searching for remedies to cure her species' illnesses and hadn't been able to bear the low temperatures up there. But now she's reawakened with new strength. Frozynaut is determined to complete her mission. Her ultimate, Colony Swamp, deals insane earth damage to enemies, applies total damage reduction, total blind, and vulnerable to enemies. So nice. So assuming for some reason the total blind didn't land, you still have a chance of the total damage reduction to land, so the enemy won't deal any damage against you. Aside from that, you're applying vulnerable, so your attacks are going to be stronger. But then if that total blind does land, you don't got to worry about getting hit by the enemy unless you have like an ET skill. You also deal insane earth damage. I wonder if this monster can even pack a punch though. Because with a power stat of 8008, that's actually below average. It's tied with that of Marley and Flamera, so definitely not an attacker by any means. The HP stat is pretty high, 90,178. That is tied with that of Climbers. I believe it's like top 12, top 11. So pretty good life stat. Now the speed stat, that is what's most interesting about this monster. 6743, that is officially the fastest stat in the game. This is the fastest corrupted monster. It's funny because it beats even that of Cruel Electric, who just got released, and he used to have the fastest speed stat of 6636, but this monster beats it by a couple points. Actually, like 100 points. Yeah, almost 100 points. So welcome everyone to the fastest monster in the game. Once again, the exclusive $50 Golden Pass monster. In terms of the trait, let's see what this monster has. Oh, wow. This monster, well, whatever. Starts the game off with immune to blind. I guess it helps you against blind and total blind, right? Especially if you're going up against other Frozzynauts. I said, oh, wow, because I skipped to rank 3. That's self-evasion. We'll get back to that. At rank 1, you have immune to control, so you cannot be stunned, frozen, possessed, corruption. Any of the mega variations can be transformed to a baby. And at rank 3, you get self-evasion. You start the game off by being protected. That's pretty darn cool. Because even when you get rid of the evasion, like, right, the mechanic is someone with Dispelling Fist gets rid of Megaton, gets rid of evasion, whatever. Well, keep in mind, if you have a Megaton monster on your side, this monster, if that monster just gets rid of Megaton, you still have this monster with self-evasion. So next up is an attacker. Hey, you're good, you're protected. Unless you're fighting a Pierce monster, right? Because that pierces through anything. So that's cool. Or if you're running this monster with someone else, and the enemy monster goes and removes your self-evasion, you still have the immune to control to protect you, and the immunity to blind to protect you. That way you can't be blinded and you can't be denied. So I like this. Yeah, like you can be facing a Panikin that does possession and stun. Hey, you're good. You have immune to control. I like the trait. If you're on the immune to blind, it's better than being like immune to daze or having like a single torch immunity, I would say. So overall, I like the monster trait. The self-evasion, I think this is the first we've seen in the corrupted era. And with that being said, let's check out the skill set. Alright, we have Alien Infection. Deals low special damage to one enemy. Applies a random elemental weakness skill to one enemy. 0 stamina, 0 cooldown. Alright, that's pretty cool because if you get hit with CDA, you have a skill you can utilize. If you have stamina drain, you have a skill you can utilize. You're immune to control, and you're actually immune to blind, which is very rare for a monster to actually be immune to most of the deny, if not all the denies. Very, very cool. So yeah, we have Alien Infection, and then we have another skill. Deals low earth damage to one enemy, applies major damage reduction. This reduces damage output by 50%. I will say the good thing about something like a major damage reduction, a total damage reduction, it makes it so the enemy hopefully doesn't trigger their talent against you. So that could really come in handy. So you have two completely spammable skills that can be used in any situation. Very awesome. I think between the two, if you had to pick, you'd probably go with Molecular Burst, just because that major damage reduction could mean the difference between staying alive and losing a monster. Whereas this, you may get like a 1 in 8 chance to get the elemental advantage you need. So yeah, Molecular Burst, pretty cool. Moving on, we have Molecular Barrage, which deals low earth damage and applies major damage reduction to all the enemy monsters. I feel like, let me see. Oh no, yeah, that makes sense. I feel like they messed up the names, but nope. It goes from Molecular Burst, 50%, to Molecular Barrage, 50% to everyone. I like that. It's only a 1 turn cooldown, 15 stamina, not bad at all. We have another spammable skill. Deals low light damage to one enemy, removes positive effects from one enemy. You know what? That is awesome. That is great. You have a skill that you can always, whenever you want, remove positive effects. I feel like there's another corrupted monster that has a spammable skill like this. Or not a corrupted, it might be a cosmic. But just a cleansing skill, spammable as many times as you want. I gotta say, just looking at these basic skill sets, going back to the fact that this monster is immune to control and immune to blind, I like the fact that you can always cleanse from the enemy. That's awesome. If they set up a triple damage, cleanse. If they set up Mega Taunt, cleanse. So I'll give it to him. And again, he's the fastest monster in the game. Moving over to the other skills, also has really great names. Quantum Lock. Deals moderate earth damage to one enemy, applies total damage reduction, vulnerable, and positive effect block to one enemy. So this is to a single enemy monster. I would say it's useful against a dodge area monster for sure. Like, can you imagine taking on a Lady Meow and like she can seriously do some damage? So if there's no top monster alive, you just boop, back to 0. Sorry, total damage reduction. You're not going to do any damage against me. And let me also block your stamina regen or whatever you can apply. So yeah, that's pretty good. I like this a lot. Let's see what else we have. Alien Plague. Deals moderate special damage to all enemies. Applies 2, not 1, 2 random elemental weakness to enemies. Removes positive effects from all enemies. Oh, it's also a cleansing skill. Oh, that's right. I remember this. I was looking at the skills earlier. So this is great because most monsters just have a removes positive effects from all enemy monsters. This monster takes it one step further by applying 2 random elemental weaknesses. So in the meta we're in, if there's a Megaton monster, that Megaton monster is going to absorb up to 6 random elemental weaknesses. So that is going to be super, super interesting. And then on the positive side, you also remove the you also remove the Megaton. So you can give an enemy Megaton monster up to 6 random elemental weaknesses and then remove the Megatons. Or if there's no Megaton monster, all the enemy monsters are getting 2 randoms and then their positive effects are gone. That is awesome. I like that skill a lot. We have Neural Inhibitor. Deals moderate light damage, applies major damage reduction, and vulnerable to one enemy. Okay, let's see. How's that different than this? This is total damage reduction, vulnerable, positive effect block. And this is major damage reduction, vulnerable. Oh, okay. Got it. Makes sense. And then we have Emergency Temporal Shift, which is a self-evasion skill, and it dazes the enemy. I gotta say, this monster is pretty cool. Skill set wise, I think it's unique. We don't see a monster that has skills like this that often. Very unique. Again, it's the fastest monster in the game. Oh man, what do I want to do with this monster? I wouldn't say this monster is OP or anything, but he is the fastest monster in the game. You can't deny this monster. You can't blind it. You can't control this monster. It starts the game off with evasion, has an evasion skill. I mean, Spec will still kill you, but interesting, very interesting. This monster doesn't need Dispelling Fist, although you could run Dispelling Fist. And like a Quantum Lock, for example, if you're facing Megaton, Dispelling Fist will get rid of Megaton, vulnerable the Megaton monster, and then you positive effect block so the enemy can't reapply the Megaton, so that's pretty useful. But even without Dispelling Fist, again, you can set up that Megaton monster to die essentially with Alien Plague, and then you remove Megaton, and then your monster can go next in the turn order. And then you have skills to stop the enemy attackers, right? The major damage reduction, the total damage reduction. So I think you'd want to keep Quantum Lock. So skill set wise, first and foremost, you're going to Alien Plague most of the time, I think. You're going to Alien Plague. Oh, by the way, does this deal damage? Oh, it does. I kind of hope it didn't deal damage because then you could use it without activating your talents. But most of the time, you're going to Alien Plague the Megaton away. Then on the next turn, you're probably going to Quantum Lock the enemy attacker if the enemy attacker is still alive. I think that makes the most sense. So Alien Plague turn 1, Quantum Lock turn 2. You got to make sure to run your evasion skill in case you need it, in case you need to stay alive. You also daze the enemy. That's awesome. And for the last and final skill, major damage reduction, vulnerable. That's awesome. But, and it's light damage. Deals low light damage, removes positive effects. Major damage reduction. Oh my gosh, the decision. Honestly, I would say, I don't think you need AoE major damage reduction because you would do this on the third turn. By the third turn, hopefully 3 enemy monsters aren't alive. I would say you keep Pro Blast, to be honest, just to have a spawnable skill you can use whenever. Part of me wants to run Neural Inhibitor, but I'm like, no, I'd rather have the cleansing skill. So I think this would be my skill set on this monster. Let's see what the relics are. Okay, thank goodness he had a cane. I don't have to rage. So we're going to go with, let's see, Cane of Atlantis. Where's the Masher Staff? We're going to go with Masher Staff. Where is it? I don't see it. Was it down here? Oh, you completely missed it. Oh, there it is, level 40. No, we're going to go with Masher Staff, and we have a trap. You know what? I feel like snakes tend to have, like, a trap relic. So we're going to do that. In terms of the talent, what talent do we want to give on this monster? Again, I don't think this is a Dispelling Fist monster, although it could be. But I don't think this monster necessarily needs it. I think this monster would focus on survivability. So this is one of those monsters where you potentially give this monster like a growing flesh or a barking hide. That's not a barking hide. A barking hide for survivability. You could always go dots, although this monster isn't really doing dots. Or this monster doesn't really have an AoE, right? not the skill set I ran, other than Alien's Plague. So Burning Hands wouldn't make sense on this monster. Maybe you give this monster a Static Shock. That way, if an enemy attacks you, well, Static Shock triggers, and now they are shocked, so then they can't use extra turn skills. You could Soul Drag this monster. If this monster dies, Soul Drag kicks in. This monster doesn't really need Sin... well, I guess, yeah, that way, with Sin Eater, you would be immune to Control and Torture, right? Because the Sin Eater takes care of the Torture effects. I don't know. I think you could... I'd say, like, Static Shock against spec bases, maybe. Just a shock spec right off the bat. So that's I think that's how I would play this monster. But yeah, very interesting monster. I'd say give this monster 3 speed runes, have this monster go first, and go from there. See what this monster can do. Let's go. 3 speed. We will go 10s on this monster, because this monster interests me. I don't know if I can say this monster is OP or anything, because it definitely isn't, at least from what I'm seeing. But this monster is definitely very, very interesting. So... skill set is good. We're definitely going to have fun just applying 6 random elemental weaknesses to enemy Megaton monsters and going from there. Alright, so this is the team I'm going to try. I know, a very interesting setup. I'm using 2 dodge area monsters even though I don't have a taunt. But I'm wondering if I should, like, if I had more monsters that were immune to control, I wonder if I should do like a triple immune to control team to see how that would work out. But yeah, so I'm going to be the one that's targeted. Because these monsters, AoEs don't work against them. We're going to see what we can pull off with this monster. Very curious. I'm also, the more I think about it, like, as cool as, like, 6 random elemental weaknesses is against an enemy Megaton monster, realistically, you don't need that crazy skill. I mean, like, you don't need the elemental weaknesses. Realistically, all you need to do is apply Vulnerable, right? Because Vulnerable, it essentially works the same way. So, I was just thinking about that right now. I'm like, as cool and fun as it is, you don't really need it. But here's a good example of, like, there's no enemy Megaton monster. So you Alien Plague, they lose all their positive effects, and let's see what we land. Light weakness, earth weakness. Alright, so this one got a... here, let's speed it up a little bit. Speed up a little more. Okay, times 4. Alright, so we have a thunder and an earth weakness. So Lady Meow gets an advantage. We have a light weakness, and we have a light weakness. So 2 lights, and this one actually got 2. Keep in mind, it's always up to 2 because for all I know, they got the double light weakness or something. But here, let's just go ahead and do my triple damage. And then Death's Design. Alright, so I absorb it. Fated's Mate. Static Shock kicks in. Alright, so now my monsters are able to go. And again, you have the Earth weakness, so I get that advantage. So here I would do my Stamina Regen, AoE. Boom, Burning Hands kicks in. And then I get a churn. Let's see what I can do with my next turn. So I have Quantum Lock for that total damage reduction, vulnerable, positive effect block. I have the Pro Blast, which removes positive effects. And I need Evasion. Let's say I need it to stay alive, right? I'm on the verge of dying. My goodness. So let's go with Evasion. And now the enemy is dazed and unprotected. And meanwhile, this monster just goes and obliterates. Let's see, you have Revival. Perfect. We will go Deadly Nightshade. Boom. Alright, so we killed Gartox, killed them. Oh, they came back to life. But look, I have Evasion. So, recharge. They have to attack my Lady Meow. They have to... oh, AoE. That doesn't do anything. So that Evasion essentially saved me, right? Then I can Quantum, Probe Blast. Let's see. Let's say Gartox was a huge threat. I could Quantum Lock him, but here I'm just going to Quantum Lock over here. And then let's finish you off. Let's go Devil's Helmet, and you guys get the idea. So, yeah, there we go. Good first showcase, I guess. Oh, I think I died. Good first showcase of just the cleansing skill. Again, I like the monster, but the more I think about it, I'm like, I can just vulnerable you. I don't need to do that. But yeah, let's do another one. Oh, so interesting. We're not fighting Megatons. So we'll do it again. Alien Plague. We got a magic weakness. Oh, let's see what we have. Dark weakness, magic weakness, fire weakness, water weakness. Again, I'll go caster. I don't know. Trade disable, dirty waters. So yeah, super susceptible. I'm the one getting attacked right now. Now we will AoE daze. Boom. Alright, again, if I'm in danger, what I like about this monster is that if you're in danger, all you do is daze the enemy and you evasion yourself. You are protected. And Tommy, you have revival, no revival, and no revival. Alright, we're going to have to end here. But obviously, if I wanted to, I could blast. Actually, let's just kill Gartox, for example. Boom. Yeah, and then, if anything, the enemy could maybe remove your positive effect, your evasion, but you're good. You're protected. I like that. So I like that you have that self-evasion, first of all. And then I like that you have evasion in general to help you out. Let's do this. Let's see. So assuming we don't start with Alien Plague, because this monster can cleanse regardless, I guess you would do Inhibitor, right? We would do Inhibitor, Quantum Lock, Positive Effect Block. So that, again, that's useful against a Megaton Probe. I think maybe I would do something like an Alien Plague. Let me see. Now, I probably wouldn't do Alien Plague, honestly. If I was using if I was using this monster with like, let's say I was using this monster with Dispelling Fist. Where is it? I think my Master Rat had it last. What does it look like? There we go. If we were running this monster with Dispelling Fist just to block Megatons, I probably would start the game off with Inhibitor. Yeah, just for that. No, not Quantum Lock. Yeah, for the vulnerable, positive effect block. And then actually on turn 2, I'd probably do an AoE skill. That's when I would do my... What would I do? I wouldn't need Alien Plague because I wouldn't need the cleansing. That's when I'd probably go into a Molecular Barrage. So I wonder if I would run Probe Blast. For sure the evasion, that's a must. You need to stay alive with this monster. So for sure the evasion. Quantum Lock, Neuro Inhibitor. Let's see. Which one? Ah, the decisions. Major damage reduction. But this is 100% total. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. So we're going to try this skill set out. I might as well take this monster rank 5 and then we'll see what we can do. Alright, so here I am at level 150. Let's see how these battles go. I worry that I'm going to be too fast, but we'll see. It depends what the enemies have. They have the Dew, Lady Meow, and Brutalizer. Alright, so I'm going to start off. Here's another one where there's no Megaton. So I can start off with Barrage, just AoE everyone. Oh, I forget the talents become so powerful that the talents are the ones killing the enemy. Yeah, yikes. Alright, we will have to go into the next battle then. Yeah, because you get to the point where the talents are doing like 60k damage, and if you're fighting like non-150s, the talents are way too powerful. Alright, let's see. This next one, we have 130s. Nope. Let's try again. I think I've trophy dropped too much. I'm at Legendary 3. Alright, I might have to trophy climb before doing some more videos. Especially at 150. Although this is great for doing like 130 videos. Alright, let's just do a fight real quick. If I do Molecular Barrage, total damage reduction across the board. And yeah, and then because I had Dispelling Fist, if they had any positive effects, those would have been cleansed away. Alright, I'm really hoping we see a Megaton base. Are there no Megaton bases anymore? Where's the Mouserons, the Ollies, the Crowd Crawlers, the Bombetas? Alright, no. Oh, there we go, finally. Alright, cool. So, this is literally the only reason I see for running like a Dispelling Fist. You would go into a Quantum Lock. Right, boom. Oh, and by the way, the reason I don't need a Megaton monster, there's Dispelling Fist. And then... Oh wait, isn't it supposed to do more? Did it just not land? I guess, here, we'll come back to it. Let me see, did I do the right one? This one is the Major Damage Reduction Vulnerable. Molecular Barrage. Oh yeah, I guess it was. It didn't land, I guess because of the Hardened. Alright, so if I need to protect myself, let's say I'm super scared of Kage. Actually, I am super scared of Kage. So, Emergency Temporal Shift. Now, hopefully they don't have Dispelling Fist. Let's see what Kage's running. Laser Beam Sword. Okay, I'm protected. And look, Pure Quest. Now, unfortunately, he's going to attack my allies. But as far as my Frozynaut, 100% protected thanks to the evasion. Cloak, Pure Quest. Alright, Ron's Trot kicks in. Let's see, Ivory Wall. Ooh, you're going to take the damage for your teammates. Deadly Nightshade. Boom. Alright, let's see what I can do. Reduce damage output, major damage reduction, vulnerable. We're going to go with the Molecular Barrage. Reduce your damage output a bit. Let's kill over here. Alright, awesome. And then it's just Kage to worry about. And then, yeah, I could total damage reduction him, so his next attack would deal nothing. So yeah, the evasion thing I definitely love on this monster. And again, I don't even need a Megaton because the evasion protects me. And if the enemy is running a monster that can cleanse a Dispelling Fist, then sure, okay, maybe they get rid of my evasion, but then I go next in the turn order and I can set up my evasion again. We'll do another battle just because I'm not seeing really great battles. And we'll see. Hoping for something. Alright, there's a Hammergrom. Ooh, there's a Spec. So we'll see how this goes. Alright, we'll try it again. So just to make sure. Deals moderate earth damage, applies total damage reduction, vulnerable, and positive effect block. And then I have Dispelling Fist to get rid of MT. So, positive effect block, there it is. So now you can't reapply MT. Now, of course, Master Rat can cleanse that negative effect away. So we'll see what happens there. Let me just kill Spec, because Spec scares me. So there you go. Actually, man, I should have left Spec alive, and I should have done the 100%, oh no, I already used Quantum Lock. That's the 100%. I should have just done a major damage reduction. Should have done that, yeah. But whatever, we'll do Inhibitor over here, Vulnerable. Alright, so now you have Vulnerable, 4 Elephants. Oh, he did it himself, good. So then I can just Saber Drizzle, boom. And then watch him try to apply any positive effect. Watch Hammer. Let's see what he does. Hammer, speed it up a little bit. Always forging. I don't even know what that does, but it healed him. And yeah, so that's kind of this monster. So let me know your guys' thoughts on this monster. I like the diversity in the skill set. I like how interesting it is. I like how fast this monster is. I like that you start off with evasion, so you don't really need the Megaton mechanic. I love that you are immune to control and immune to blind, and you have spammable skills you can utilize. Skill set, I'm still kind of feeling it. Like, Alien Plague I like, but I'm also like, I can just do vulnerable. I don't need to go with random elemental weaknesses. So I'm iffy on it. I love the skill names: Quantum Lock, Molecular Barrage, Neuroinhibitor, Emergency Temporal Shift. So I don't know, guys. Let me know your guys' thoughts on this monster. Once again, this is the $50 exclusive monster for season 4, if I'm not mistaken. So let me hear your guys' thoughts on Frozynaut. Would you get this monster? Any thoughts in the comments below? Thank you very much, and remember to subscribe.